Assalamualaikum, Doctor. Our group will present about China Medical Technologies Inc. This company has been implicated with financial fraud activities, so we will discuss about the scandal and how it had affected the auditor. My name is Siti Nur Fatim binti Abdurrahman with metric number 280763, and this is my group members Nur Sabrina, Nur Amanina, Nur Fatin Shamimi and Nur Fitrah Maisara. From the contents, we will present about the introduction, chronology of fraud, how and what auditors do, effect of fraud to auditors, and conclusion based on the company issue. For introduction, China Medical Technologies Inc. (CMED), a Cayman Islands firm with Chinese headquarters, is currently in liquidation due to suspicions of fraud. CMED is a manufacturer of medical devices that use high-intensity focused ultrasound to treat solid tumors. The liquidator of CMED, which declared bankruptcy in 2012, is looking into an alleged insider fraud of $355 million and claims that CMED's creditors and equity holders may have been the victims of a major multi-year fraud. Joint official liquidators have been in charge of CMED since July 2012 as a result of a Grand Court of the Cayman Islands order. The business submitted a bankruptcy petition to the U.S. Code of Bankruptcy. The CMED Audit Committee hired the law firm Paul Weiss Rifkind Wharton and Garrison, which looked into the accusations in 2009 and gave the committee advice on any necessary follow-up actions.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nofitra Maisara binti Zainuddin with metric number 280909, and for my part, I'm going to present the chronology of fraud for China Medical Technologies Inc. Okay, firstly, they has manipulated the investor and note holders of CMT of more than $400 million through misinterpretation about the use of fundraise through two note offering. After that, they have steal the investment money by transferring the fundraise to their own company, which is the company that the company under Wu and Sang themselves, that they're under their control. So you guys might question, like, how can this huge amount, which is $400 million, are frauded by their company internal parties without being caught, right? So however, as elect, Wu and Sang remain unsuspected, deceiving the investor that have no idea and believe that they has invest to Nasdaq, which is Nasdaq is the listed medical device company, but however, the investment are being stolen and fraudulent by and transferred to the entities in China controlled by Wu and Sang. Wu and Sang also stopped disclosing to the public significant event that could affect the value of China medical security. This is the method for them to cover what have done that can attract public view, public intention. So they stop making interest payment on the notes and force China Medical's independent director and outside director to quit in order to carry out this fraudulent scheme. So until now, the two note offering amount are still remain outstanding. For next part, I'm going to give to next presenter.
Next, for China Medical Technologies sued KPMG and charged from US, which global accounting firm KPMG has suffered a major setback in its battle against liquidators of former US because the liquidator of the biotech company China Medical Technologies has filed a lawsuit against KPMG for $830 million, alleging negligence on their part led to a $400 million fraud and the company's collapse in 2012. The company filed for liquidation in 2012 and in 2017, US prosecutors charged its founder and chief executive Sheldon Wu and chief financial officer Samsung Sang with fraud, saying they had made off with the bulk of the proceeds. The former executive live in China and have not faced trial in the US. The China medical case has also become a key episode in the long-running battle between China and foreign regulators and investors over the production of Chinese audit files because it has taken years to go to trial because Pearly Walsh was forced into a lengthy court battle with KPMG in both Hong Kong and mainland China to force it to hand over its audit work papers. KPMG, which had audited the company from Hong Kong and Beijing since it listed in New York in 2005, eventually granted Pearly Walsh access in order to prevent the liquidators suing 91 of its partners for ignoring a court order to hand over the documents. China Medical was one of dozens of Chinese groups that were scrutinized by short sellers in the early 2010s. Then Beijing was opening up its equity markets and capital flooded from the mainland into Hong Kong, while there was a boom in Chinese companies listing in the US.
Welcome and a very good day to Dr. Raimi. I am Nur Amanina Hanani binti Hamdan with matrix number 280237. Would like to continue our presentation on role of auditors. So, regarding the fraud cases reporting on China Medical Technologies, a company in China that produced products of medical devices, they had committed a financial crime involving stealing of $400 million from investors for the funding of Chairman of Board of Directors, BOD, and the Chief Financial Officer, as explained by previous presenters. So, how and what auditors do? As we know, an auditor's role is to form opinion about whether a financial statement reported by a company is free from material misstatements, whether due to fraud or error. China Medical Technologies has assigned KPMG partners as their auditors during their operation years. In this case, the company put trust and dedication to the auditors in detecting any false information reported in the company's financial statement that may cause errors, whether intentionally or unintentionally. However, an issue arises when the company has claimed KPMG to misconduct the audit report for the financial year 2007 and 2008, despite they had committed the fraud. After reviewing news reports on this fraud case by China Medical Technologies, it is believed that the auditors may have overlooked the stealing of invested funds and failed to review the audit papers appropriately. Hence, the misconduct of clients' financial reporting might due to the limitation of time on audit testing. As a result, every information in the report is not examined entirely and truly. On the other hand, the second approach by auditors relating to their responsibility to examine financial reports' accuracy. In reviewing a client's financial statement, auditors are responsible to examine the accuracy and making sure the financial report complies with laws and regulations prior to conducting the opinions on the company's performance. However, the auditors of KPMG has been blamed by China Medical Technologies and even Hong Kong High Court for not making any assumptions that should have revealed the fraud issue when examining their audit report. On top of that, auditors should ensure all financial data comes from reliable source. In addition, auditors would have to gather more evidence that allows them to make professional judgments through the conclusions from financial statements as a whole. This is to avoid any misrepresentations from the client that would worsen the image of auditors. According to PwC, in 2017, Regarding role of auditors, KPMG Partners of Auditors should take into account these considerations upon making opinions on company's financial audit report in order to perform a clean conviction that complies with true and fair view aspect. For the remaining 2 points on role of auditors, I will pass to the next presenter.
Next, effect of the fraud. Fraud affect more than finance, which is affect people, business, services, and also environment. Okay, first, it affects the future of China Medical Technologies Inc. It is believed that former CMED chairman and also CEO committed fraud, leading to the company abrupt shutdown in early 2012. This left bondholders out $426 million. The default has occurred because the corporation has not made interest payment to the bondholders. Liquidator of bankrupt, CMED speculates that CMED's creditor and also equity holders may have been the victim of a major multi-fraud involving $355 million. The party that worked with CMED will also be held responsible for any negative outcome. Due to prior director fraudulent action, CMED is now facing legal action and possible insolvency. Many people no longer have faith in the board. On August 31st, 2012, the corporation submitted a petition in New York City for Chapter 15 bankruptcy relief as a foreign firm. Because of this, CMED has already lost employees who no longer trust their supervisor who committed the fraud. CMED overall reputation in the industry suffers as a result of the stigma associated with its history of deceptions. Lastly, the effect to the auditors. The liquidator of China Medical Technologies, which collapsed in 2012, said the Big Four audit firm failed to ask simple questions that would have easily identified the fraud. Professor Paul Gillis of Peking University Kung Hua School of Management said locking out 91 KPMG partners over Christmas may force the firm to find a solution. KPMG has previously refuted these claims. Claims were without substance and failed to demonstrate a credible link between KPMG's claim breaches and the losses, according to the company defense document. In its lawsuit, it claims that China Medical lied to its accountant. The auditing practice of the Big Four have come under fire for their involvement with the accountants of deeply in-depth Chinese property developers and a string of US-listed businesses that have been the targets of short sellers for questionable accounting or stock manipulation. Next, we'll move to the conclusion.
So, in conclusion, these fraud cases has effect a huge loss on China Medical Technologies Inc. We believe that this is resulting from the auditor failure to perform an appropriate audit review, which make them overlook this fraud scheme that involved by company internal parties. In addition, we can say that the auditor we believe that auditor continue to resign and not open their mouths about the fraud scheme. This shows that the auditor that they hired doesn't have a high professional standard. Company should hire a auditor that can exhibit a professional behavior during performing audit activities, including being ethical, observant, and also has a high professional skepticism. So, if the auditor conduct the audit activity accordingly, appropriately, with excellent professional ethics, this fraud scheme in China Medical Technologies can be prevented. That's all from us. Thank you.